Hello and welcome to the first video of 2 for Module N6, and in this one we're going to look at how we simplify ratios, how we calculate ratios, and how we split an amount in a ratio. So first up, you're going to need that little thing there, the Module N6 homework booklet. Let's have a look at the first bit, simplifying a ratio. Okay, so we've got green squares and brown squares. What's the ratio of green to brown in its simplest form? So let's count up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 15 green and 5 brown. What goes into 15 and 5? 5. How many 5s in 15? 3. So the ratio of green to brown has been simplified, and it's 3 to 1 in its simplest form. Okay, one for you to have a go at now. What's the ratio of blue squares to red squares in its simplest form? You know what to do. Press pause, press play when you want the answer. Okay, how did you get on? Well, blue to red. So how many blues are there? 12. And how many red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What goes into 12 and 8? Well, they're both even, so we can half them. 6 to 4. Oh, they're even again. So we could say the ratio in its simplest form of blue to red is 3 to 2. Or you could have done just divided by 4. And you get 3 to 2. So that's a fairly straightforward little topic, simplifying a ratio to its simplest form. Let's have a look at how we calculate a ratio. Now we'll have a little story, something like this. 22 people in a class, 10 are male. What's the ratio of male to females? So they don't tell us how many females explicitly, but we can actually work that out, can't we? 22 people, 10 are male, so 22 minus 10, 12 female. So the ratio of male to female is 10 to 12. They're both even. Take half of each, and the ratio is 5 to 6. So we've calculated a ratio there from a couple of statements. So here's a couple for you to have a go at. First one, 56 people on a bus, 16 are male. What's the ratio of males to females? Okay, press pause, work it out. Press play for the answer. Okay, let's have a look. We got 56 people, 16 are male, so that means 40 female. The ratio of male to female, 16 to 40. Oh, hang on, 4 goes into those. So that's 4 to 10. They're both even. Divide by 2. 2 to 5. You might have actually divided by 2, by 2, and by 2 again, or you might have divided by 8. Whichever way you divide it doesn't matter, as long as you end up with the simplest form of the ratio, male to female, 2 to 5. Have a go at the second one now. 84 people in the cinema, 48 children. What's the ratio of children to adults? Okay, press pause, work it out. Press play for your answer. How'd you get on with that one? Right, 84 people, 48 children, so 36 adults. Children to adults, 48 to 36. Let's divide them both by 4. 12 to 9. Oh, 3 goes into those. 4 to 3. You could have actually divided by 12 in the first place. Or you might have divided by 2 twice and then by 3. However you've done it, as long as you've ended up with 4 to 3, you've got the ratio in its simplest form. Good. So now let's have a look at dividing an amount in a ratio. And this is the most common question on exams. So let's have a look at our little story. We've got 2 people, Arlo and Barry, and they're sharing £40 in the ratio 3 to 1. How much does each get? Well, let's have a look how we do it. We write down the ratio. So we're not actually splitting the £40 50-50. We're splitting it in that ratio, 3 to 1. So we need to work out how many parts there are in the ratio. What we mean by that is, well, there's 3 plus 1. There are 4 parts. So what we're really doing is splitting £40 into 4 parts. So that's what we do. We find out what one part of the ratio is worth. So there's our numbers that are important here. £40 divided by 4. So each one part of the ratio is worth £10. Okay, good. Now how many parts does Arlo have? Well, Arlo has 3 parts, so 3 lots of £10 to him. That's £30. What about Barry? Well, unfortunately for Barry, he's only got 1 part, so that's 1 lot of £10. £10. And we finished there, that's the answer, but we normally try and do a little check. Let's just check that the amounts we've got add up to the total, and they do. 30 plus 10 equals 40. Okay, let's have a look at another one. So we've got 2 more people, Chaz and Dave, and they're sharing £100 in the ratio 3:2. How much does each get? First thing first, let's write down the ratio. Chaz to Dave, 3:2. So we've got to add up those parts because we're really splitting £100 now into 3 plus 2, 5 parts. So we've got to find out what one part is worth. So it's £100 divided by 5. So this will tell us that one part is worth £20. Okay, how many parts did Chaz have? Okay, well, he had 3. So he's got 3 lots of £20, which is £60. And Dave, well, he had 2 parts. 2 times 20 is 40. There's our answer. We just do our little check at the end. Let's just check 60 plus 40. Yep, that's 100. Job done. Let's have a look at one more, then you can have a go at some. We've got 2 people now, Avion and Farouk, and they've got £500, but they're going to split it in the ratio 8:17. So let's write down the ratio 8:17, and remember the first thing we do is add up those two numbers, because we're not splitting £500 50-50. We're splitting it actually into how many parts? 25 parts. 8 plus 17 is 25. So to find out what one part is worth, we take 500 divided by 25, and that's £20. So each one part of the ratio is worth £20. Now Avion had 8 of them, 8 20s, 160, and Farouk had 17 of them. 17 times 20, £340. Let's do a little check, add them up, and we get £500. One for you to have a go at. Gary and Harry, they've got £1,000 they're sharing in the ratio 7:13. How much does each get? You know what to do. Press pause, press play when you want the answer. Okay, how'd you get on? Let's have a little look then. First up, we know what to do now, don't we? 7 plus 13 is 20. So really, we're splitting £1,000 20 ways. So 1,000 divided by 20 is £50. So each one part is worth £50. Now Gary has got 7 of them, 7 50s, 350, while Harry has 13 of them, and 13 50s, 650. There's our answer. We just do that little check, and in fact 350 plus 650 is 1,000. Excellent. There we go. Now sometimes we have to split the amount not 2 ways, but 3 ways. So it's the same old stuff. We just add up the parts, find out what one part is worth, etc. So have a go at this one. Little story this time is that Irene, Janice and Kate, they buy 450 grams of Kaus Nantabula, and they want to split that in the ratio of the letters, each of their names. How much of this award-winning cheese does each get? So once again, let's have a look. The ratio, how many letters? Then we've got 5 to 6 to 4. Over to you. So what we're really asking is to split 450 in the ratio 5 to 6 to 4. Press pause, work it out, press play for the answer. Okay, how did that go? So first things first, add up 5 and 6 and 4. That's 15. So we're splitting this 450 grams of cheese 15 ways. So 450 divided by 15 is 30 grams for each one part of the ratio. Now Irene, she had 5 parts, 5 30s, 150 grams. Janice, she had 6 parts, that's 180 grams. And Kate, 4 parts, 120 grams. There's the answer. Let's just check they all add up to 450, and in fact they do. So there we go. We haven't lost any cheese there, which is always good. So that's the end of the first video. On the second video, we're going to have a look at some more stuff to do with ratio. But it's bye for now, and speak to you in the next video.